So a couple of days ago, I think about 7 days precisely, I posted this short on my Instagram account, and that video has been viewed by over 350,000 people. Now, that video has required me to answer a lot of questions because everybody wants to go to Cotonou. Maybe at the end of this video, I'll send a message to President Toulon, let's come and check out Port Novo. What do you think, man? But to the real deal, guys, everybody wants to know how they can, plan a trip to Cotonou. What do they need to take care of, finances and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be spilling the tea in this video for you guys for everything you need to prepare. So if you don't have your biro and your paper, please and please go back and get those things because you really need to jot this down. All right. So first off, you need to pack your bags. I don't know where you're coming from in Nigeria. I believe you are in Nigeria watching this video, or even if you're coming from anywhere in the world, let me be open-minded. You need to pack your bags. Now, if you are coming from Nigeria or any other West African country, you do not need a visa to go to Cotonou. Yes, you can stay in Cotonou for as much as 30 days or 90 days if you tell the visa officer that you need a multiple entry, visa. And if it's a single entry, 30 days. But if you remember, as long as you're a member of ECOWAS, right, you do not need a visa to go to Cotonou. If you're a member of maybe North Africa or the likes, I don't have the full information, but you may need a visa on arrival. And this applies to a lot of other people like Americans and Britons and all that stuff. As long as it's tourist, you're just coming to see one or two things, you can apply for an e-visa or you get a visa on arrival for about 50 to 60 US dollars. Now, visa has been sorted, so you know exactly as a Nigerian watching this video, you don't need to pay to get into Cotonou. Then you need to pack your bags. When you're packing your bag, I would advise you, if you are traveling solo or if you're traveling with someone, make sure your bag is not too heavy, because especially if you don't have like a car you're driving, you don't want to be carrying too heavy bags and be looking like me where I was looking. I mean, my own was heavy because I'm the bouncer in this relationship, and I need to like gym my arms. Basically, I just had to, it's a love language when you do an act of service, so I had to lift both bags. But if you are going alone or you're going with someone, try and pack as light as possible. We even packed lighter. That was why I was able to carry 2 of them myself. Not to say that there were no points in the journey where I had to give her like, my packet get now. So pack light and then set out. If you are in Lagos and you don't have a car, how do you get to Cotonou? From anywhere you are in Lagos, find your way to Maitu or Iyanoba. So if you are coming from somewhere like Abulegba, Songo, Ikeja, Agege, go to Yanopaja and enter Iyanoba. If you are coming from like Secretariat, Sele, Maitu, Ilasa, I just said Maitu, Sele, Ilasa, Oshodi, just find your way to Maitu. Now when you get to Maitu, you will take Badagry roundabout. As at the time we went, it was 1.5. First scarcity, everything, festive period, everybody's increasing their fees anyhow, but it should not be more than 800 to 1,000 around a normal day. Then when you get to Badagry roundabout, taxi 500 around to Seme border. Please, you need to have your passport with you. There are a lot of illegal checkpoints, but once you have your passport and they see it and your face is in the passport and everything is correct, they'll just tell you to go. Nobody will disturb you. But when you get to the border, some people will disturb you. The first place of people that will disturb you is the Nigerian Port Health Authority, something. They are basically concerned about ensuring that people that are traveling in and outside of Nigeria have all the required vaccinations and anything that they need to have. Now, Nigeria is still a yellow fever dominated country, so you need to have the yellow card to be able to travel. So if you don't have a yellow card, they will ask you to get it at the to get the vaccine at the border, and they will give you a card. As is at the time we went, that goes for 5,000 naira. The people at the immigrations, now, like I said earlier, it is visa free, but they will ask you anything for us, and anything for us is usually 500 naira or 1,000 naira. If you give them 200, they will tell you that they're bigger than 200. Of course, they are bigger than 200. Their money does not have value again. So they will ask you to, anything for us, especially if your passport is a virgin. Nobody has stamped on it before. They will collect virgin money, this time money, clinical money. Just prepare small money to, argue your way around. My own trick or my own tip is don't fight with anybody. Don't argue with anybody. They are the ones in a seat of power at that point in time. So just be playful, be jovial, smile, beg, find your way through till you get your best deal, and then you can just go, no problem. But if you already have a lot of travel history, you already know how they do now. And then you can just tell them how God no waiting happen. How they go. We even got to a place when we were coming back, right? We got to a section. They had entered my passport, they had scanned it, the details was out, it was me, everything was correct. They collected additional details, they punched it in that I was back into the country. Then they gave this other man that was supposed to, write the same thing, that probably the same thing he did or something like that, but like he had the register where he was writing every passport number and the name and signature. And it was like, we'll give him whole paper. It was like 500. Me and babe 500. Come. But we were making jokes with him. It was like, this is your babe. Hold that velo. You two hold him. We started cracking jokes with the man. And by the time I was about to leave, I gave him the 500. And he returned my babe's 500 naira to her. So like they are actually very jovial. Sure, don't try and prove that you know the law, you are smart or you are anything. Just laugh with them and whine them, and you will get your way. Then when you now get to Cotonou, Benin Republic, or which at that point the place where you are is not really Cotonou. I think that place called Krake or something like that. I'm not too sure. From that place, right, you need to change your money. There are a lot of money changers out there, but first confirm with somebody who is maybe a Beninois or somebody who goes there frequently so that they don't scam you. I had a friend of mine, an online friend of mine, Victoire, to call and say, okay, these guys are saying 850. What's up? Let me call your people. You are a Benin citizen. And she called and called, like, it's now 855. Oh, that's the best I can get. I shall talk the guy to 855 and he agreed. How do I know this? Much later in our trip, when I was already in town, I went to John K. And this Yoruba man, I said I want to change naira to Sefa. And he told me 800 first. I'm like, are you whining me? You must be on drugs. I started changing for the man, like I said 890. The man, I'm 890 to 820, me to 880. We shot till we met at that 850. I say, yeah, give me like that. He give you the 55 naira on top. Abi. So because naira is plummeting, naira is going down the drain. By the time you go after watching this video, it can be like 1 year after, it can be 450. So don't really take that information that I'm giving you now as final. When you are going to find someone that recently went, so that it can easy to know the current level of things. So when you get there, change your money, right? Just as you walk 50 meters from all those men that will be sitting outside once you go into Cotonou, those men that will be doing Oga Naira to Sefa. Just 50 meters to your right, 50 meters after, you will see a bus station, right? Now that bus station is not so evident because we missed it when we first, when we went. When we were coming back, that was when we got it. But you will see there's like a road. There will be some market women selling some things on the side of it. It's when you walk into it fully that you will now see this huge, car park. So from there, you can take a taxi to virtually anywhere in Cotonou. Depending on where your accommodation is, you just take a taxi. For us, our accommodation was in a place called Etoile Roux, and we took a bike. This bike man scammed us, obviously. We took a bike for 2,000 sefa to Etoile Road. And I need that when we're now halfway, it's like, bros, I cannot carry 2 people to Etoile again. He shall put us in another taxi and give that person 1,000 sefa. Apparently, when we're coming back from Tokpa market to the place, the price for cab is 500 sefa from Tokpa to the place. So Etoile Road should not be more than 600 sefa per person. So he ripped us of about 800 sefa. But no problem. So take your taxi to wherever you are going to, and then when you get to where you are going to, I know where you are going to. But if you plan on going to the Airbnb that we stayed in, which I will drop the link in the description of this video, just get to Tokpa, from Tokpa, Etoile Roux, and then you can call the host and they can pick you up. It's trackable from Etoile Roux, but you will definitely not understand it. Because one thing about Benin Republic that is not like Nigeria is we use our streets a lot. So if I'm going to somewhere and they tell me that we're going to number 7, Danjuma Ayodele Ikechukwu Street, off Adebisi Omotola Close, Lagos, Nigeria, I don't need to call anybody to get to Danjuma Ayodele Ikechukwu Street, because I can see the street signs, I can follow the map, Once I see it, the street that it is off it, I'm like, yes, I'm on the right track. And once I see that street, very good. I end into the street. I keep on looking at the house number, and I see number 33, and I know I'm at the right place. But over there, no, they don't dey use am like that too. Now the people there understand, I think they have like neighborhood names they call those areas. So if you stop a bike, you tell the bike the area and the neighborhood name, and then the description of the house and everything. It's a really small country, so everybody knows almost everybody. And then they will just drop you where you are going. So the Airbnb, when we got it, it was on a discount. So we paid approximately $20 a night. But now it is $27 a night, which for me is still cheap because hotels in Cotonou are very expensive. If you want to stay in hotel in Cotonou, better be ready to pay with your hand, one leg, and maybe your tongue. Cheap hotels in Cotonou, you be paying like 50k, 60k naira a night. But if you have the money, my brother, flex it too. I know you should not flex it. Because my own Airbnb does not have some facilities you may want. There's no Wi-Fi in my Airbnb. That's one of the things that I kind of like didn't like. There was also no hot water, automatic hot water in the bathroom. So we had to use kettle to boil water for us to have an hot water base. So it's not luxurious, but then it's within my budget and it's good. And moreover, the host is a very, very good person. He speaks Yoruba and French. And he also does car rentals. So if you know how to drive, you can rent a car from him for your entire stay in Cotonou. So all the things that he doesn't have, he makes up with his charming personality and his availability whenever you need him. You give him a call, 1 minute is in front of your door. He gets whatever he wants to get for you, gets it fixed. He even took us out to some places, gave us a nice ride and all that stuff. He even brought us back to. So the guy is a very hospitable person. So that's just one thing about him. He is very hospitable. So he makes up for all the things he doesn't have with that extreme hospitality. Um, Now you have arrived Cotonou. Where do you go to? There are a lot of places to go to, right in Cotonou. Fidrosel Beach. You could go to John K. John K is the Ajegunle of Cotonou. It is where all the Nigerian guys are. It is where you will see General Sefa. It's also where the Nigerian ladies of the night patrol their business. So it is, if you want to see Surulere at night, you're like by under bridge in Cotonou, just go to John K. Then you could also go to you know there are a lot of things in Cotonou actually. Open your Google Map, scan it. There are a lot of locations, restaurants, um, parks, the Amazonia, Dahomey Amazon Park. It's pretty good for me personally. But if you want the exotic, you need to leave Cotonou. For you to go to the exotic, I would advise you go to Ouida so that you can go to the snake. There's pythons. That's the pythons, the snake python temples. In French, the python snake temple. That would be the snake. Is snake feminine or masculine? I don't know. So let me say la. I don't know what snakes is in French. So I'll say la snack. There's temples pythons because French brings the thing in front and takes the stuff at the back. So it is the temple snake, not the snake temple. And then you kind of just can go to that place Ouida and go to the snake temples. From Cotonou to Ouida should be about 40 to 15 minutes drive. Before you get to Ouida, there's a place that we went to, is Bab's Dock. It's on the road to Ouida, just after when you go after Fidrosel Beach for about 10 minutes drive after Fidrosel Beach, you would get to Bab's Dock. Very beautiful place. It's a it's like a restaurant on a lake, and a lot of people have actually been going there, and the place is good. The place is good. But overall, Jaye life in Cotonou is expensive. Oh. Ah, Desperado wey I dey buy for here, yeah, for if I go bar go buy Desperado now, you say the bar wicked Desperado 700 or 800. Say na wicked bar 1,000 naira. You no fit sell Desperado pass that 1,000. In Cotonou, Desperado is 2,000 sefa. That is approximately 2,004 or 2,005 naira. Not their fault because they're a small country, so all these businesses don't set up headquarters in their country. So people have to come to Nigeria to buy these items and bring it there. So if you're doing like an hospitality business, like a restaurant there, and you want to say you want to bring, Desperados, you want to bring Heineken and those kind of stuff into your restaurant, you will need to go to Nigeria to bring it. And when you buy it the Nigerian price, you're not going to bring small now. You bring in a large quantity. You pay some duty at the border and everything. By the time you add all this and your profit, it takes the money up. So I will not advise you, if you're on a budget, don't go on a romantic date in Cotonou. You spend nothing less than 40 to 50,000 sefa. But if you are not on a budget, enjoy, go. But the things you should do if you're on a budget, just go to the beach, go to Fidrosel Beach or go to Eldorado Beach Club. Yes, 3,005 sefa for you to use the swimming pool, 1,005 sefa for you to get to the beach. There are a lot of other things you can also do on the streets. Like, for example, I enjoyed buying oranges on the street and speaking with, conversing with the street traders in my tiny French that I don't understand. And you should also go to Dantukwa market, guys. Things are freaking cheap in that market. And they speak Yoruba a lot. There are Yoruba and Igbo traders in that market. Like, maybe like 600 of them. So go to Dantukwa market, make all your purchases. Go back to your Airbnb, cook your thing. Go out to your locations, relax, enjoy. Leave the traffic of Lagos. And then after like 4 5 days, come back and start hustling with us in Lagos. How much you need to spend? This is my rule of thumb. For your apartment, budget 25 to 30K a night. For each person, considering your food, transportation, and this thing, budget 90,000 naira. So two people, transportation and food, 180,000 plus your apartment for night. How long are you staying? 3 nights, that would be around 90,000. So two people, 3 nights, 250 to 300K basically will be enough. More nights, add the money for your nights. But 90,000 naira is enough for you to transport and flex. This is on a budget oh. This is, you don't want to go too much, you don't want to flex too much, you don't want to go to expensive places, you're not going to a nightclub, you're not going to 5 restaurants. You just want to go to maybe 1 2 3 locations, stay in your house, enjoy, chill, and do all your and whatever you want to do in the place. That's the level. So basically, guys, that will be enough for you. How much did we spend? In total, we spent about 190,000 naira on our own trip, and it was two of us for 3 nights. Remember, I said we paid $20 a night, so our own hotel was 20,000 naira a night, and we didn't go to so many locations. We only went to the market, we went to Bab's Dog, we couldn't go to Wida, and then we went to like a lot of other places within Cotonou. Just saw things, buy on the streets, enter supermarkets, went to Super U. And we were really cautious of our money, because we wanted to come back with change to come and still do extra day to December inside Lagos, which we could not even do. You see how God works his way. So guys, if this video has been helpful to you, please, I beg, this video is just coming out straight off the camera. I can't edit and cut out on my blah blah blah. But if you watched up to this end, give me that thumbs up and drop a comment in the comment section. Let us have a chit chat. I love you guys. Until I see you again, you go be.